Watch out, world. Big Bubba Brad has a new microphone, and I'm coming at you with some hot recruiting news to help break it in. So let's talk about it. Let's go. How's it going, everybody? Big Bubba Brad back at you with the Country Roads Webcast series where I cover recruiting and talk about the guys that I've been tracking, following up, and keeping you guys updated so that way you don't have to go out there and find it yourself. I'm actually decided to give this series a little name, and I think I'm going to start calling it Talking with Trail, and where we come on here and we talk about recruiting trails and the guys that we hope to get in the old gold and blue. What makes this video so interesting today and a little bit more fun is I'm actually going to be talking about some of the guys in the class of 24. And these are the guys that either are going to be here on the spring game this Saturday or on campus this week and seem to have a really good time. And I think they're pretty exciting to look at. So, guys going into their senior seasons that we can look at and, or going into their junior seasons and seeing, what potential we've got there. So the first guy I'm going to talk about that everybody seems pretty excited about is Mazio Bennett. And he's a 4-star wide receiver recruit from Greenville, South Carolina. He's an exciting wide receiver to watch from his first 2 seasons in high school so far. He seems to have that ability to go out and catch a ball and just get those contested balls. And he plays a lot taller than the 6-foot frame that he's in right now. He'll probably actually end up, I think, growing a little bit. If not, he's still got the ability and the talent to go up there and get it. Hopefully he has a good time and is pretty impressed with their offense at the spring game tomorrow. So keep an eye out for him if you see him walking around. The second man I want to get into here is West Virginia's own Jure Hawkins Jr. And Jure has already made a name for himself nationally. He's a projected ESPN top 300 guy in the class of 24. You would think that WVU has the upper hand on landing Jure, considering he's in West Virginia's own backyard there in Wheeling. At 5'9", Jure is an explosive player. He's actually a track champion. I think he might be a national track champion. The guy is probably going to be one of the fastest wide receivers in WVU history if he came here. Guy's just nothing but speed. So, Neil Brown's really trying to make it an effort to lock down in-state talent. So you're sure that he's probably going to be talking to Jure Hawkins Jr. as much as possible. So that's an exciting one if you guys get to see Wheeling. I think he's at Wheeling Central. If you get a chance to go out there and watch him, that'd be somebody you can watch and might be a future Mountaineer fan favorite, The third person I want to talk about actually won't be at the spring game tomorrow. He was on campus earlier this week, as he is going to go visit Penn State for their spring game tomorrow or on Saturday. This will be coming out on Friday. The last guy I want to talk about actually hasn't even played a single down of varsity high school football yet, but he's already garnered a scholarship from WVU as an 8th grader and is actually the youngest man to ever get a scholarship offer from West Virginia University. This young man has a special connection to the university, and he's already gained reputation as the top 100 player in his class, as his 7-on-7 team won a tournament in Myrtle Beach over the summer. And I'm sure he'll be looking to duplicate that again this year. At 6'3", this 8th grader can already dunk and has plenty of room to grow into that frame and develop into a very strong potential NFL talent in his future. I say that because he's actually the son of WVU's own Chris Henry Sr., who passed away. As we all know, Chris Henry is one of the great Mountaineers to ever lace up. I think he was 8th overall in yards for a West Virginia receiver still in history. Chris Henry Jr., his son, lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. Actually lives with, lives with WVU's own Pac-Man Jones, who was actually in town this week when Chris Henry Jr. came and toured the campus. He seemed to have a great time. I think that this is potentially a future five-star lock for West Virginia University. Granted, like I said, he's an 8th grader. Chris Henry Jr. probably or won't graduate until the class of 26. So it's definitely a future guy to look at. Definitely not a guy that you're going to hear again for a little while, as he should go on to have a great recruiting cycle. I mean, he's going to be a top talent that everybody wants, but definitely a guy to look at us having an inside track on, because his dad played for West Virginia University, went on to play in the NFL, lives with Pac-Man Jones, so he's got a lot of reasons to want to come to West Virginia University, and it's definitely a name to keep on your radar as a guy that's probably going to be here and ingrained in the program. Neil Brown's going to get him on campus as many times as possible over the next few years. So I hope you guys enjoyed these I know this is kind of a quick video. We're just testing out the new mic, but I wanted to give you guys some future clips of some guys that we can start looking at a couple years down the road as those classes start to form themselves, and look at the interesting story of Chris Henry Jr. wanting to come to WVU, wear the number 5, like his father. So definitely guys to be on the lookout for. Good stories to look at. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button, and let's go Mountaineers.
I don't wanna see your face up close. I just wanna get the grass.